Howard Community College. I am Matt Trudell, and I will be here with you today for another doubleheader when the West Virginia University Potomac State College Catamounts visit your Howard Community College Dragons. The Dragons are on a two-game winning streak, including most recently a big 59-55 win here on Monday night against Montgomery College. And over the weekend, they beat Frederick Community College at Frederick 68-57. Let's go to the visiting Catamounts. They are 15-5. They're 6-2 in their conference, and they are 12-2 in Region 20. They currently hold the 4 seed in the Region 20, and that is important. This game is important going into the Region 20 tournament here in a couple weeks. Your Dragons are 12-8 on the season, 5-1 in Maryland JUCO. They're 6-1 at home, and they are 9-1 in Region 20, and they currently hold the 3 seed in Region 20. Let's get into some stats for the Dragons. Corey People leading all Dragons 22.1%. 22.1 points per game. She's also averaging 42.7% from three-point range. That is one of the best three-point percentages in all of Region 20. She is actually number 1 in the category of three-point percentage. Let's do starters for tonight's game. Starting with the visiting Catamounts, they bring a 6-person team on the road with them today. Starting number 10, McKenna Dewitt. She is a sophomore forward. Starting number 11, a freshman guard, Maddie Martin. Starting number 21, a sophomore guard, Alexis Turner. Starting number 22, a sophomore guard, Alexis Janoski. And a freshman forward, number 23, Kelsey O'Neill. For the Dragons, starting number 2, a sophomore guard, Corey People. Starting number 1, a sophomore guard, Tasia Goodman. A freshman guard, number 15, Kalani Corcoran. Number 21, Madison Carey, and number 32, India Young. We are going to step away. They are going to do the national anthem and announce the starters, and we will be back for the tip-off of this first game of this doubleheader here tonight in Columbia. All right, Matt Trudell back with you. Just to note, the visiting Catamounts are coached by head coach Larry Kruk. It's his third season. He has a 16-13 career record. He is assisted by Matthew Mills. The Dragons are coached by head coach Aaron Barnes. This is her first season as the head coach. She was the assistant recently with this program. Her first season as a head coach, she has a 12-8 career record. She's assisted by Connor Rice, Chantrell Oliver, and Lamount Vaughn. The Dragons average 61.9 points per game, giving up 50.3. They are a 36% field goal shooters, 30% from three-point range, and a 64.2% overall from the field. This is a battle for third place in Region 20. And we are about to be underway. Kalani Corcoran goes up against Kelsey O'Neill, and the Catamounts win the opening tip-off, and it is possessed by Alexis Turner. Now Janoski with the ball for the Catamounts, first possession of the game. India Young smacks it out of the hands of number 10, McKenna Dewitt. Now heading the other way, Corey People, nice pass to Madison Carey. It gets smacked out of her hands, but India Young ends up with it, puts it up, misses it. Now she ends up with the ball, got away with possibly a travel. Now Kalani Corcoran over to Corey People, and we're going to reset it. Tasia Goodman now with the ball. Under 10 seconds, Corcoran's going to fire off a three, and she hits it. First points of the game, 3 points to Kalani Corcoran. Dragons coming off a big victory in Maryland JUCO on Monday night. Hopefully they can carry it over. They put the full court press, and then India Young steals it from Maddie Martin, and she's heading the other way, taking on a defender, misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and makes that one, puts it back. 5-0, Dragons are up here early in the first quarter. Now, Alexis Turner gets it in the middle, gets it back. Now we're across the center line. Janoski now with the ball for the Catamounts, hands it off to her teammate McKenna Dewitt. Now Janoski has it back. She's going to move to her left, picks up her dribble. Good ball movement by the Catamounts. They are under 10 seconds. It's Dewitt, throws up a floater off the backboard, makes it. Good play, and now the Catamounts are on the board for the first time tonight. 5-2 is the score. 8:20 left in the first quarter. Tasia Goodman now over to Corey People. Kalani Corcoran shoots a three from the baseline, misses it. It's rebounded by number 21, Alexis Turner. She's going to bring it up the court herself. Now with the ball, Kelsey O'Neill back to Dewitt. Janoski gonna move to her left. Corey People playing tough defense on her. Has to pick it up, gets it back to Dewitt. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Now Turner. Turner's gonna drive baseline, bounces it below, gets smacked out of bounds by Corey People. So there'll be 4 seconds left on the shot clock. It will be the Catamounts' ball. 7:44 left on the clock in the first quarter. Alexis Janoski's gonna look to inbound the ball. She's gonna need some help from her teammates. And she gets it all the way out to Dewitt. DeWitt's going to have to shoot it. She drives, throws a floater in the lane, misses it, rebounded by Kalani Corcoran, and now headed the other way are the Dragons. Corcoran gets it up to Corey People. Corey People all the way over to Tasia Goodman. Goodman for three, and she hits that one all good. 8-2 is the score, 6-point lead by the Dragons. First couple minutes look good so far. Now DeWitt has to get it back to Turner. Turner gets it over to Martin. Martin gets it over to the line. Now, Janoski hits a three on the other end off the pass from number 23, Kelsey O'Neill. Cuts it back down to a 3-point game. Tasia Goodman for the Dragons. Back to Carey. Now People. All the way over to Tasia Goodman. Goodman's going to fire a three again. Just misses that one. Rebounded by Corey People. She puts it back up. Misses that. Janoski for the Catamounts gets the rebound. She's going to take it up the court by herself. Settles it down. Gets it to Turner. Now over to O'Neill, extra pass to Martin. Martin back to O'Neill. O'Neill for three, and she drains that one. First 2 threes for the Catamounts fall so far today. 8 apiece, tie game. Goodman over to Corcoran. Carey wants it inside. She gets the pass from Goodman, takes it, misses it. Rebound goes to DeWitt, and now the Catamounts heading the other way. They have a chance to take their first lead of the game. 6:15 left in the first quarter. Yanoski now over to Martin. Now O'Neal. Maddie Martin looking for some help. Gives it to Alexis Turner. Now Yanoski. Pump fakes. She's going to drive baseline. Misses everything, but ends up in Alexis Taylor's hand. She gets it blocked, but ends up catamounts to Kelsey O'Neal for 3. She misses that, and Madison Carey gets the rebound. So now Tasia Goodman gets it over Madison Carey. Now Corcoran, Corey People, all the way over to Goodman. Goodman thinks about driving. She crosses up Martin, steps back for a 2, misses it, battles for the rebound, smacks it down, but ends up in Alexis Taylor's hands. And we are Alexis Turner, my apologies. And now the Catamounts with the ball. O'Neal back to Turner. Now O'Neal looking to get it inside, gets it to Turner. Tasia Goodman smacks it out of her hands, and it's going to stay with the Catamounts. India Young comes out the game, and Quatasia Johnson joins. "12 seconds will be left on the shot clock. Alexis Yanoski's going to inbound the ball. And looking for the pass, needs some help, needs someone to get open, throws it to O'Neal. O'Neal's able to salvage it, bounces back to Martin. Now O'Neal, back to Martin. DeWitt's going to need to shoot it. Nope, gets it back to Martin, and they are going to lose it. It's stolen away by Tasia Goodman. She trips. Now Quatasia Johnson throws it up to Corey People. She misses the layup. Oh my gosh, what a play by Quatasia Johnson. Now DeWitt with the ball for the Catamounts. Unfortunate to miss that layup. Good defense by the Dragons. Almost got a shot clock violation, but got a steal with the last second left. Now DeWitt driving, kicks it out to Yanoski. Yanoski going to move to her right. Gets it back to the point to Turner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie Martin now with the ball. She's going to try and cross up her defender. She loses it. O'Neal with it. Extra pass to Turner. Turner has to fire off a 3. Misses everything, but Corey People gets the rebound. She gets it across the line. Settles it down. Now Goodman. Corcoran. And up, stolen away. Tasia Goodman gets it stolen away by Maddie Martin. Now Yanoski heading the other way, and she loses it off of her leg. It will be Dragons ball. Sarah Deese and Lillian Eldridge are going to come into this game for Quatasia Johnson and Tasia Goodman. A timeout is called, so we're going to step away. It's a 30-second timeout. 4:13 left in the first quarter, 8 apiece. All right, back here in Columbia, Lillian Eldridge and Sarah Deese come onto the court, get their first minutes of the game. Corcoran gets it into Corey People, and we're back underway. Dragons want to retake the lead. Now Deese throws it all the way over to Corcoran. Corcoran baseline 3, misses it. Carey ends up with the rebound. She loses it though. Lillian Eldridge gets it. Now back to Corey People. Corey People over to Sarah Deese. Deese couldn't handle the pass, so she's going to have to regather it. Lillian Eldridge for a deep 2. Misses it. Corcoran battling for the rebound, and they're going to give it to the Dragons. It looked like it went off of Corcoran. Sarah Deese going to inbound the ball. Gets it into Corcoran. Corcoran left open. Passes up the shot opportunity. Now Corey People, her first 3 of the game. In and out. Rebounded by DeWitt of the Catamounts, and now they're heading the other way. Gets it to Yanoski. Yanoski gets it back to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive. Kicks it out to Yanoski. Yanoski's going to try and move to her left. Gets it back out to Maddie Martin. Martin. Now DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive. Spin around. Nice take and gets the layup. 10-8 is the score. Catamounts take the lead. Catamounts are about to make their first substitution of the game. They only have one player on their bench tonight. Corcoran gets the pass from People, back to Deese. Now Corcoran for three. Misses it, but Lillian Eldridge gets it. Ends up being a pass, and Lillian Eldridge cleans it up, ties it up. Now the Dragons full court press. Turner throws it over to DeWitt. DeWitt needs some help, gets it to Martin. Martin gets it across the line. Now Janoski, she's going to drive baseline, bounces it. Lillian Eldridge steals the pass, and she's going to take it the other way, gets it up to Corey People. Corey People's going to take on the whole defense. Misses that layup, and it's rebounded by O'Neal of the Catamounts. Couple tough misses by Corey People here early on. Now DeWitt with the Catamounts. Bounces it over to Turner. Turner back to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to move to her left, pick up her dribble, looks for help. Gets it back to O'Neal. India Young's going to come back into this game for the Dragons. Turner misses. Then Corey People tries to get Kalani Corcoran, but Kalani Corcoran threw it a little too early. Now a three for DeWitt, and that is in. 13-10, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Corey People now with the ball. Over to Sarah Deese. All the way over to Corcoran. Inside to Madison Carey. Carey out to Deese, open for three. And she hits that one, 3 for 3. Now Alexis Turner gets it up the middle to O'Neal. O'Neal all the way over to DeWitt. They break the press rather easily. Now DeWitt. Back out to Alexis Turner. Maddie Martin. Janoski for three. And she hits that one. Now Corey People. Going to call out a play, gets it across the line, gets it to Corcoran. Inside to Madison Carey. Madison Carey takes on her defender. Throws up the shot, gets it to drop. 15-16, Dragons down one. Now Turner gets it up to O'Neal. O'Neal all the way across to DeWitt. DeWitt gets it to Turner. Now Janoski, she's going to drive. Bounces it, it ends up in Sarah Deese's hand. Good positioning. And now the Dragons hand the other way. Deese is going to slow it down. Tries to throw it to Corcoran and ends up in Madison Carey's hands. And now Corey People. Under a minute left in the first quarter. Dragons are down by one. They have 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Deese open for three on the baseline. She misses that one. Madison Carey gets the rebound. She's going to go up strong. Misses that one. Rebounded by Maddie Martin. No shot clock, so the Catamounts can hold it for the last possession if they want. That's what Coach Kruk wants. 17 seconds left on the first quarter. Almost thrown away by Janoski, but Alexis Turner salvages it. Now Martin. Over to DeWitt. DeWitt gets it smacked away by Eldridge. And then they're going to call. And she steps out of bounds. Excellent defense by Lillian Eldridge. So 3.7 seconds left. Tasia Goodman, Quatasia Johnson, and India Young come in for Carey, Corcoran, and Eldridge. Oh, Lillian Eldridge did not come out the game. She's waiting for the pass. So 3.7 seconds. It goes to Tasia Goodman. She gets it. She's going to fire off a three right away. Misses it. And that is the end of the first quarter here in Columbia. Dragons down one, 16-15. Catamounts up. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter. All right, the second quarter about to be underway. Quatasia Johnson, Tasia Goodman, Sarah Deese, India Young, and Lillian Eldridge start on the court. And for the Catamounts, you have Martin, Turner, DeWitt, Puffenberger, 3 missed by Tasia Goodman, but Quatasia Johnson gets the rebound, puts it back up. So I said DeWitt, Yanoski, Martin, Turner, and Puffenberger, the Chloe Puffenberger, the only bench player for the Catamounts. She gets the pass from Turner. She gets it back to Turner. Now DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive, bounces out to Martin. Martin gets a baseline to Yanoski. Good pass, but good defense. Now DeWitt with the ball. She's getting swarmed. Turner's going to drive. Gets over to Martin. Extra pass to Yanoski. They need to shoot the ball soon. Into DeWitt. DeWitt gets it. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Lillian Eldridge. Good look for DeWitt, but she just couldn't put it down. Now India Young gets the rebound. Gets the pass from Lillian Eldridge. Misses the layup. And Alexis Turner heading the other way for the Catamounts. She's going to slow it down. Gets it over to DeWitt. Dragons running a 1-3-1, which is a very tough zone defense to break. Maddie Martin now with the ball. Throws it all the way over to DeWitt. DeWitt, hands in her face, misses everything, and it will go out of bounds. Missed the 3. It will be Dragons' ball. Kelsey O'Neill will come back into the game for the Catamounts at the next stoppage of play. Tasia Goodman gets the ball across the center line. Dragons holding a 1-point lead. Now Deese inside to Young. Young's going to shoot a 2-point jumper. Misses it in and out, but Johnson cleans it up. Excellent play off the bench by Quatasia Johnson so far, especially on the offensive glass. Alexis Turner now with the ball. Team down by 3. Gets it over to Yanoski. He gets it back to Turner. Now Yanoski, a little game of catch going on between these teammates. Now DeWitt. DeWitt looking for an inbound pass. Now Turner. Turner gets it. She's going to drive. Kicks it to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to step in. Mid-range jumper. Misses. Lillian Eldridge battling for the rebound. And Chloe Puffenberger gets it, but she steps out of bounds. So O'Neill's going to come into the game for Chloe Puffenberger. And now Tasia Goodman gets the inbound from Quatasia Johnson. And India Young's going to set a pick. Extra pass to Lillian Eldridge. She pump fakes and drives, throws up a floater, misses it. Rebounded by O'Neill. And now DeWitt with the ball. Good move by Lillian Eldridge. A little unfortunate, missed a shot. Turner now gets it down low to Yanoski baseline. She tries to pass it to Martin, gets stolen away by India Young, and now heading the other way. Tasia Goodman up to Deese, back to Goodman. Johnson, Eldridge, one more to Deese for open for the baseline 3. Misses it, but she'll get her own rebound. Now out to Lillian Eldridge. Extra pass over to Tasia Goodman. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets into India Young. India Young's going to turn around and shoot. Misses it off the backboard. Looks like she got hit on the hand. But the Catamounts get the rebound, and they're heading the other way. Alexis Turner gets it over to Maddie Martin. Martin looking for an inbound in the paint pass. Yanoski gets it down low to DeWitt. And DeWitt's going to get called for a charge. Excellent defensive positioning by Tasia Goodman. Madison Carey's going to come in for India Young. Kalani Corcoran is going to come in for Quatasia Johnson. And the Dragons will get the possession here. Tasia Goodman gets it across the line over to Sarah Deese. Deese throws it over to Corcoran. Now Madison Carey. Goodman, a little bit difficult of a pass to receive, but she gets it inside to Corcoran. Corcoran somehow is able to contain it, misses the shot, battle for the rebound, but it ends up in Maddie Martin's hands, and the Catamounts are heading the other way. Both teams in a bit of a scoring drought right now. Alexis Turner with the ball. Goes all the way over to Yanoski. Yanoski looking for an inbound pass, in the paint pass. Martin now spins around, gets it out to Turner. 14 seconds left on the shot clock for Catamounts. Martin inside to DeWitt. DeWitt extra pass to Yanoski. Yanoski misses the easy layup. What a pass by DeWitt. And a wasted opportunity. Lillian Eldridge now heading the other way. slows it down, gets it over to Goodman. Now Deese, back to Goodman. Inside to Madison Carey. She's going to go and kick the extra pass out to Corcoran for three. Missed it. Rebounded by Kelsey O'Neill. The Catamounts, and now heading the other way. Turner running the point for her team. Throws it over to Yanoski. Yanoski drives baseline, picks up her dribble, bounces into DeWitt. DeWitt got two players on her. She gets fouled by Lillian Eldridge, and we will have her first free throws of the game. Timeout called by Coach Barnes. We're going to step away. 5:26 left in the first half. 19-16, a three-point lead by the Dragons. All right, back in Columbia. Both teams back out on the court. McKenna DeWitt will go to the line for two free throws coming her way. This is the first free throws of the game for either team. Corey People has to come in for Lillian Eldridge because they have to sub Lillian Eldridge out to take her jewelry out. DeWitt now with her first free throw is good, drops that one. Second one is good as well, so a 19-18 lead by the Dragons. Tasia Goodman gets the inbound from Deese. Corey People is back out on the court. Held scoreless in the first quarter, so she's looking to change that. Madison Carey gets her first points. I'm sorry, gets a shot. Now Alexis Turner with the ball. Martin over to Yanoski, back to Martin. Martin looking, Dragons 2-3 zone defense. They're trying to get it into DeWitt, and they call a travel on Maddie Martin. So we'll go back to the Dragons. Tasia Goodman brings it up the court, gets over to Deese. Now Corey People inside to Carey. It's a little too high, stolen away by Alexis Turner. She gets it to DeWitt. DeWitt is going to drive across the front of the basket, misses it in the lane, rebounded by Sarah Deese, and the Dragons heading back the other way. Deese is going to get it over to Madison Carey. Gets it to Goodman. Extra pass to Corey People. Corey People for three, and she's on the board. 24-18 is the score. Dragons up. 4:20 left in the first half. Dragons back in their zone defense. DeWitt now gets it out to O'Neill. Back to Turner. Turner gets it smacked away, but ends up in her teammate's hand. But she'll get it back from Martin. Turner dribbles behind the back, gets it baseline to Yanoski. Yanoski gets it into DeWitt. Now Martin's going to drive. Throws up a floater in the lane, and Sarah Deese comes down with it. Deese gets over to Corcoran. Now People gets the extra pass to Goodman. Goodman for three on the baseline. In and out. Kelsey O'Neill gets the rebound. And now Alexis Turner's going to bring it the other way for Catamounts. Yanoski was running backside, but they couldn't get her. Now Yanoski will fire off a three, and she hits that one to stop the bleeding. 24-21. Tasia Goodman now. Corey People going to get a pick from Madison Carey and then gets it out. And they're going to call foul on the play. Foul is on number 20. That is on Alexis Turner. That's her first foul. Again, only 6 players on this team, so they need to be careful with their fouls. But they've only picked up 2 so far in this first half. Tasia Goodman gets the inbound from Sarah Deese. Now Deese gets the pass from Goodman. Gets it back to Goodman. Goodman shoots the three, and she hits that one. 27-21, 3 minutes left in the first half. Dragons are starting to get a little hot from the field right now. 5 of 16 from three-point range, 31.3%. The Catamounts are 5 of 8, 62.5 from three. DeWitt gets a, nope, they called a travel on her. So now it will be Dragons ball again. Inbound to Tasia Goodman. Goodman gets it across the line. Inside to Corcoran. Corcoran turnaround jumper, misses it. Rebound battled for. Madison Carey comes down with it, and then Corey People wide open for three. And she hits that one. 9-point lead by the Dragons. Again, have only dropped one game in this building this season, and that was to a ranked team. They've also knocked off a ranked team in this building. DeWitt gets it to Turner. Turner's going to drive, throws up a tough shot, makes it go. What a nice take by Alexis Turner. And now Tasia Goodman with a 7-point lead is going to lead her team down the other way. 2 minutes left in the first half. Corcoran gets it into Corey People. Corey People pump fakes. She's going to back it out. Now Corcoran, extra pass to Goodman. Goodman, now People. People drives, kicks out to Deese. Deese open for three, and she hits that one. Big time three, double-digit lead for the Dragons. Largest lead by either team tonight. Alexis Turner now on the other end. Kelsey O'Neal, baseline to Yanoski. Yanoski gets it and is fouled and has a chance at a three-point play. That's something, if you're Coach Barnes, you do not want your team doing. Minimize the damage. Corcoran is going to come out. She picked up the foul. Corcoran comes out for Lillian Eldridge. Yanoski, a chance for a three-point play. She misses that. Battle for the rebound. Sarah Deese taps it to Corey People, and Corey People heading the other way. They got numbers if they want it. People gets it slapped down. Her pass gets slapped down. Maddie Martin gets the steal, but then Corey People steals it back. Maddie Martin tried to get it to Yanoski. Now Corey People heading down over to Goodman. Goodman for three. Misses that one. Maddie Martin comes out with the rebound. Gets it up to Yanoski. Yanoski makes the nice layup. And now Tasia Goodman gets the pass from Corey People. 27-33. We are under a minute left in the first half. Dragons up 6 points. It was 10 just a minute ago. Inside to Madison Carey. Madison Carey gets the take, makes it, and has a chance at a three-point play. She is a 54.7% free throw shooter. Free throw coming. Makes that one, makes it a 9-point lead. Again, 47.8 seconds left. Maddie Martin gets it up to Alexis Turner. Dragons will have at least one more possession. Turner goes at baseline to Yanoski, an easy pass. Dragons fell asleep on defense. And now Tasia Goodman. So the Dragons will have one more possession, but they can't hold it for the last possession. Tasia Goodman now over to Deese. All the way over to Goodman. Eldridge over to Deese, open for three. She's going to fire it off. Misses that one, rebounded by DeWitt. 16 seconds left. They have plenty of time. She's going to bring it down, gets it to Yanoski. Yanoski's going to move to her left. Martin tries to drive down the middle. Stolen away by Lillian Eldridge. She hands it to Turner. Turner gets it to People. People misses the layup at the buzzer. That will be the end of the first half. Dragons are up 36-29. A 7-point lead. We will be back with the interview with Coach Rice. All right, Matt Trudell back here with Coach Rice. Coach, team started a little sluggish shooting in the beginning of the first half, but 11 offensive rebounds and 9 steals was the key to the first half. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely started out sluggish, I think, just because so many jumpers were taking, a ton of threes. We were taking 23s this first half. We did 21 all last game. And we're not shooting an awful percentage, but I think we can do a little bit better looking inside, getting us some easier looks, even if it's inside out, just getting some more paint presence. But I do agree, defense is well, 9 steals is great. Offensive rebounds have been a good friend to us, just getting easy offense, right? Making life as easy as we can for us. We're setting a little bit too much, so I think looking inside will help us in the second half.
Catamounts made 5 of 8 3-point shots, a lot of them open. How do you fix that in the second half?
Yeah, well, first of all, we got to stay in front one-on-one. We're drawing help. They draw help often. That's going to lead to open threes. The threes they're taking are great looks, right? They're not settling. I think they're taking what's given to them. They're moving the ball well. I think they're a good team that moves it well. But I think stay in front, the less we have to be in help, the more easier, obviously easier it is to close out. We got to stay in front one-on-one. We're in help, we're in help, we're in help. They're going to get open threes. We're going to get breakdowns. We can't stay in front every time, but hey, stay in front, less help. I think that'll make it easier on our defense.
All right, well, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, halftime score 36-29. Dragons are up. We will be back to go over some stats. Halftime will start at about 12 and a half minutes. All right, Matt Trudell back with you. We have just under 3 minutes left until the start of the second half. Let's go over some first half stats. 50% shooting by the Catamounts. Their leading scorer, Alexis Yanoski, 15 points, 2 rebounds, followed by McKenna Dewitt, 9 points, 1 block, 5 rebounds. On the other side, the Dragons, everybody that's played has scored. Leading scorer Madison Carey, 7 points, 4 rebounds, followed by Tasia Goodman, Corey People, and Sarah Deese, all 6 points apiece. Dragon shot 32.6% from the field. Catamount 62.5% from 3-point range. Dragons 35% from 3-point range. Dragons 100%, 1 of 1 shooting from the free throw line, and the Catamount 66.7% from the free throw line. That is 2 of 3. We stand here. 36-29 is the score. A little under 2 minutes left until the start of the second half. We will be back at the start of action. All right, we are back. So the Dragons will start with their starters on the court: Carey, People, Corcoran, Goodman, and Young. The Catamounts will start with Martin, Turner, Yanoski, DeWitt, and O'Neal. The Catamounts start with the ball. Yanoski gets it down low to DeWitt. DeWitt misses the shot. Corcoran ends up with the rebound. She's going to start bringing it up. The Dragons played some really good defense. Again, offensive rebounds and steals in the first half for the name of the game. People misses a 3, but it's rebounded by India Young. Now down low to Madison Carey, and she gets the turnaround jumper. A 9-point lead by the Dragons. Just a little over 30 seconds gone in the second half. Dragons have a successful defensive stand and a successful offensive stand. Kalani Corcoran steals Alexis Turner's pass. Now India Young goes, misses the layup, but she is fouled, so she will go to the line for 2. The foul is on number 11, Maddie Martin. That's her second foul. And Dragons only shot 1 free throw in the first half. India Young is a 63.4% free throw shooter. And her first one is good. Nothing but net. India Young had a total of 2 points in the first half. She now has 3. Misses the second one. Little strong on the first one. Back rim. Second free throw. Misses that one. They called a lane violation on the first free throw, so she's going to get a third opportunity. And all of them are no-go, so no harm, no foul in the lane violation. Tasia Goodman now over to Young. Corcoran, extra pass to Corey People. Corey People gets called, steps out of bounds. Heel touched out of bounds right in front of the Catamounts men's team. And that is where the Catamounts will take over. Inbounds it to Alexis Turner. Dragons in a 1-3-1. Martin gets the pass from Turner. Now O'Neal for three. Nope, she passes it up to Turner. Now O'Neal will get another chance at three. She makes that one. 39-32 is the score. Dragons are up. Tasia Goodman now with the ball. Gets it across the line. Over to Corey People. Corey People splits the defenders, kicks it out, but it gets smacked away. So then she gets it back, gets it to Goodman. Goodman gets it to Carey. Carey to Goodman. Goodman inside to Corcoran. Corcoran misses the shot. Carey gets the offensive rebound. She misses the putback. It drops to DeWitt, and now DeWitt heading the other way for the Catamounts. She's going to kick it out to Yanoski. Yanoski pump fake, steps in deep two, misses it. Corcoran battles for the rebound, gets smacked out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Dragons. So we're going to reset the shot clock to 20, and it will be Alexis Yanoski looking to inbound the ball. She had Turner, decides against it, now gets it out to Kelsey O'Neal, who gets the pass to Turner. Turner pump fakes, drives baseline, misses the shot, and India Young ends up with the rebound, heading the other way, gets it to Tasia Goodman. Now Corey People. India Young inside to Corcoran. Corcoran shoots the mid-range jumper, misses it. Madison Carey tries to tap it back. It ends up in Maddie Martin's hands, and she gets it back to Yanoski, and now the Catamounts heading the other way. Yanoski picks up her dribble, gets it to Turner. Dragons down a 2-3 zone. Inside to DeWitt. Now Martin steps up, mid-range two, misses it. India Young gets the rebound. Coach Barnes wants transition offense. India Young kicks it out to People. People drives across the lane, out to Corcoran. Corcoran gets it knocked away. She tried to pass it to Tasia Goodman. Yanoski does a great job reading the pass and smacks it out of bounds. Sarah Deese comes in for Corcoran. And the Dragons will have 19 seconds left. Now Corey People over to Goodman. Goodman steps in, bounces it into India Young. 7 seconds left. India Young spin around, misses the shot off the front of the rim. Nice take though. DeWitt gets the rebound. Catamounts heading the other way. Over to Maddie Martin. Martin to O'Neal. O'Neal for three. Misses that one. Rebounded by Corey People. Now Corey People's gonna rush up to the other end, slows it down, gets it over to Tasia Goodman. Now Sarah Deese, back to Goodman. Goodman bounces it into Carey. Carey extra pass to Corey People. Corey People for three. Misses it. Rebounded by Alexis Turner. Stuck at 39-32. Yanoski on the other end. Gets it to Martin. Looks like she got away with an extra step. Now Alexis Turner at the point gets it to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive. Bounces it to Turner. Turner looking for some help. Gets it to O'Neal. Back to Turner. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Turner to O'Neal. Now Martin, extra pass to Yanoski, left wide open baseline for three. She misses that. Corey People comes down with another rebound. Now Corey People slows it down. They're going to have some half-court offense now. 5:45 and counting left in the third quarter. Coach Barnes wants her team to wake up. Sarah Deese gets it back to Goodman. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Inside to Carey. Carey turnaround jumper, makes that one. Good offensive pass by Corey People. Good shot by Madison Carey. Madison Carey, the hot hand so far today. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. The offense should probably run mostly through her. It will open up Corey People. Now Maddie Martin over to Yanoski. Yanoski passes it. It gets smacked away by Corey People, hits Madison Carey in the face, but India Young comes down with it, and now the Dragons. Goodman over to Deese, open for a baseline three. Misses it a little strong, rebounded by O'Neal of the Catamounts, and now Alexis Turner Brings it across the line. Her team is down 9. Dragons go back into a zone defense. Turner. Now Yanoski. Inside to DeWitt. DeWitt swarmed by India Young. She throws up a floater. Gets a nice friendly bounce. And now a full timeout called by Coach Barnes. 41-34 is the score. Dragons are up. 4:36 left in the third quarter. All right, we are back with Tasia Johnson comes into the game along with Lillian Eldridge for India Young and Tasia Goodman. So Corey People now going to run the point guard position for the Dragons. Now Sarah Deese all the way down to Madison Carey, who bounces it into Lillian Eldridge. They're going to call a jump ball, and it will be Dragons ball. Someone needs to inbound it. Madison Carey will. Gets it over to Sarah Deese. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Inside to Madison Carey. She pump fakes, gets it baseline. Deese gets blocked. She gets it back. Out to Carey. Carey will shoot the ball, misses it, and they will call a 3-second violation on the Dragons. So good defensive possession by the Catamounts. The Dragons had a good idea of what they wanted to do, but a good block by McKenna DeWitt ended that. Now Alexis Turner gets it across the line. Over to Martin. Martin back to Turner. Turner gets it into DeWitt. Corey People smacks the pass, but Turner's able to save it. Now Yanoski over to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive in. Over to Turner. Gets smacked away. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Martin now. Down low to O'Neal. O'Neal gets blocked by Lillian Eldridge. What a play by Lillian Eldridge. And now Corey People with the ball. Coach Barnes, from what I could hear during the timeout, preached waking up, getting some energy into the game. She smells blood in the water. She wants her team to pounce. Corey People drives and makes a nice floater in the lane. And just like that, back up to a 9-point lead. Dragons, now Maddie Martin tries to throw it down low to O'Neal. It goes off of O'Neal's hands. India Young's going to come back into the game for Madison Carey. Corey People with the ball, gets it across the line, gets it to Lillian Eldridge, and gets it back to her. Deese inside to Young. Young pump fakes. Takes it off the backboard, up and in. The Dragons are killing it in the paint right now. 45-34, Dragons with an 11-point lead. Yanoski with the ball for the Catamounts gets it smacked off of her hand. She able to recover. Now Turner over to Martin. Martin looking to get it down low. Now back to Turner. Yanoski. And Yanoski gets called for a travel. Excellent defense by the Dragons. Forcing a bit of sloppy play by the Catamounts. And now Corey People with the ball. Dragons have forced 18 turnovers by this Catamount team. Compared to only 6 for them. They almost committed their 7th. I almost jinxed them. Corey People now looking. splits the defender. She gets fouled. The foul's going to be it's on Maddie Martin. That will be her third. So she needs to be careful. Sarah Deese is going to be on the baseline, looking to inbound the ball. She gets it to Corey People. Corey People loses control of the ball, but she smacks it into India Young's hand. They're going to reset. And now Corey People gets it. Sarah Deese is standing there by herself. Extra pass to Lillian Eldridge. She decides not to shoot it, and she bounces it off of the foot of Maddie Martin. So it will be Dragons ball. They will reset the shot clock to 20 seconds, which is crucial because they were down towards the end of that shot clock. Sarah Deese inbounds it to Corey People. Now Eldridge, People, Deese open if she wants it. She tries to pass it. She gets it smacked away, but she saves it. Now Corey People inside to Quatasia Johnson. She throws it a shot. Nice shot. Tough shot, but she converts it. 47-34, 13-point lead by the Dragons. Biggest lead of the game so far. Now Martin back to Turner. Turner spins, but Deese is covering her decently. Now Janoski drives, gets it, throws it away. Corey People with the steal. Corey People's going to take it all the way. And she tries to throw a baseline to Deese, but she throws it out of bounds. So it would be Catamounts ball. Tasia Goodman's going to come into the game for Corey People. Corey People will get a rest. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Dragons are up 13 points. Catamounts will have the ball. Alexis Turner is going to bring it up, no pressure. She gets it across the line. Now over to Janoski. Janoski looking for some help. Bounces it down low to DeWitt. DeWitt gets trapped. She gets around, throws up a floater, makes it. Good composure by DeWitt to deal with that double team, spin out of it, hit a floater on the baseline. Goodman now with the ball over to Deese, who gets it back to her. Now Eldridge. Over to Deese, a little too high, but she's able to salvage it. And then Deese throws a little too high for Young. Turner gets the steal. Turner heading down by herself. And she makes the layup. Nice little underhook layup. And she gets fouled. That is on number 11, Lillian Eldridge. And Turner will have a chance to make a three-point play to cut it to an 8-point lead. And she makes that one. 47-39, under a minute left in the third quarter. Tasia Goodman with the ball. She's going to get a pick. They're going to call a moving pick on India Young. So now with 33.2 seconds left, 3.2 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Alexis Turner now with the ball for the Catamounts. Gets it over to Martin. Martin looks for Janoski going baseline. She got her. Janoski gets blocked by Quatasia Johnson. And now a sloppy play, but Janoski ends up trying to get the steal. She falls out of bounds. It goes out of bounds. It will be Dragons ball. 17.9 seconds left. Kalani Corcoran's going to come into the game for Lillian Eldridge. Lillian Eldridge might have got poked in the eye. So Tasia Goodman, 15 seconds left. Dragons gets over to Corcoran. Young. Corcoran steps in, baseline jumper, hits it. Nice shot by Kalani Corcoran. And it is a 10-point lead at the end of three quarters. 49-39, the Dragons lead by 10. We will be back when the action returns for the fourth quarter. right, the Catamounts are back out on the court. The Dragons are coming to join them now. Goodman, Johnson, Young, Deese, Corcoran will be your 5. Catamounts will start with the ball. Turner, Maddie Martin, O'Neill, DeWitt, and Yanoski. Martin gets the ball. Now Turner inside to DeWitt. DeWitt drives across the lane, gets it back out to Martin. Martin loses control of the ball. Kalani Corcoran ends up with the steal. And way to start off on the defensive end in this third quarter for the Dragons. Tasia Goodman now with the ball. Over to India Young. Those are a little too tall for Corcoran, but Corcoran gets the steal back. And then they're going to call a double dribble on Kalani Corcoran, so it will be Catamounts ball. Dragons protecting a 10-point lead. Again, this is a battle for third place in the Region 20. Now you have Turner gets it to Martin. Martin inside to DeWitt. DeWitt spins around. Good hands in her face. Good defense by India Young. Missed the shot. Corcoran comes down with the rebound. Now up to Tasia Goodman. Over to Young. Young to Deese. Deese extra pass to Corcoran. Corcoran for 3. Misses it. Rebounded by O'Neill. And now Alexis Turner with the ball. Gets it inside to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to shoot a 2-point shot. Misses it. Rebound goes to Quatasia Johnson. She gets it to Goodman. And Goodman's going to get it across the line. 13 points was the biggest lead the Dragons had. They achieved that in the third quarter. Now Corcoran, Sarah Deese, all the way across to Goodman. Goodman steps in deep too. Misses that one. Quatasia Johnson, excellent position, gets the offensive rebound and gets it out to Sarah Deese. Now Goodman, they're going to reset. Over to Deese. Young, Corcoran. Corcoran's going to drive, kick it out, but it's a turnover, just a little too wide for Sarah Deese. Good idea, but just execution was a little off. And now Alexis Turner with the Catamounts trying to make a single-digit lead for the Dragons. Help bring her team back. O'Neill gets it to Yanoski. Yanoski bounces it, stolen away by Quatasia Johnson. Corey Peoples about to enter this game again. Goodman, Johnson. Johnson gets it stolen. So now Yanoski heading. She takes it all the way. Misses it, but they're going to call a foul on Johnson. So Yanoski will go to the line for 2.
Howard foul number 22, Hugh Johnson, her first.
And Madison Carey will come back into this game as well. So Corcoran comes out, and so does India Young.
Alexis Yanoski at the line, 2 shots.
First free throw rolls out, so that is a miss. Second one is good. 1 of 2, cuts it to a 9-point lead by the Dragons. Tasia Goodman calls out a play as she gets it across the line. Now Corey People, Johnson, out to People. People's good drive baseline, pass to Goodman. Goodman gets it back to People. People's good drive, split the defenders. It's stolen away by DeWitt. Now DeWitt's heading the other way. She throws it over to O'Neill, who gets it back to DeWitt. DeWitt looking for some help. Turner. O'Neill passes up on the 3, gets it to Turner. Now Martin, now DeWitt. DeWitt drives, kicks it out to Turner. Turner's good drive, gets it smacked off her leg, and Corey People ends up with the steal. Kelsey O'Neill now to Goodman. Goodman converts. Excellent pass by Corey People. Great decision. And Tasia Goodman makes it an 11-point lead by the Dragons. Now Martin bounces back. Now Martin back to Turner. Turner traveled. Good call by the ref. A full timeout is going to be called by the Catamount. So we're going to step away. 51-40, 6:37 left in the fourth quarter. Dragons are up. We'll be back. All right, we are back. Welcome. And the Dragons come back out. They will have this possession. Tasia Goodman, Corey People, now Deese. Madison Carey over to Johnson. Johnson gets it smacked away, but Madison Carey gets out to Deese. Deese from the point hits the three. Big time three. Biggest lead of the game. 14 points by the Dragons. Turner now. Yanoski. Back to Martin. Over to Turner. Now DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive across the middle. Now O'Neal. O'Neal's going to drive. Martin. Now Yanoski open three in the corner. She hits that one. So a good answer. Back down to 11. Johnson. Turnaround jumper missed. In and out. Now it's heading the other way. Yanoski. Turner. Yanoski looking for help. Gets it to Martin. Martin to O'Neal. Now DeWitt. DeWitt's going to drive down the middle. Throws up a floater. Misses it strong. Rebounded by Madison Carey. And now Goodman heading the other way. Carey over to People. People open for three. And she drains that one. Corey People heating up here in Columbia. Now Martin gets it over to Yanoski. Yanoski decides against the three. Gets it back to Martin. Now DeWitt for three. She misses it. Rebounded by Sarah Deese. And she's going to bring it up. Corey People tied Madison Carey, 11 points. She has 11.6 assists, 5 rebounds. Just an excellent game for her so far. Dragons will have the ball. Tasia Goodman comes out for Lillian Eldridge. She's going to get the inbound from Deese and gets it over to Corey People. Now Deese, Johnson. Corey People has it, moves to her left, bounces over to Eldridge. Now Quotasia Johnson gets it into Carey. Carey pump fakes, needs some help, gets it to Eldridge. Eldridge pump fakes, drives, throws up a floater, misses it. O'Neal ends up with the rebound, and now they're heading the other way. Turner now with the ball. Now O'Neal inside to Turner. Turner baseline for DeWitt. DeWitt baseline jumper, misses that one. Rebounded by Madison Carey. She gets it to Corey People. Corey People slows it down, dribbles out of trouble, and she's going to reset the offense. Sarah Deese gets it smacked away. Martin ends up with the steal. She's heading the other way, bounces it to Turner. Turner bounces it baseline to Yanoski. Yanoski needs help. She throws it out to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to step forward, gets it to Martin. Martin needs some help, gets it to Turner. Now O'Neal, extra pass, Yanoski wide open for three on the baseline. She hits it. Back down to an 11-point game. 3:20 left in this fourth quarter. Dragons are up 11. Corey People with the ball. Going to get a pick from Carey over to Deese. Now Eldridge. Down low to Johnson. Johnson throws it up. Nice take off the backboard. Kisses it off the glass. Quotasia Johnson have an excellent game off the bench today. Now Martin. Martin drives, kicks it out to Turner. Extra pass to Yanoski. Yanoski's one of the main ones to watch out for. She's the three-point specialist on this team. Now Turner. And it's almost thrown away, but Maddie Martin salvages it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Turner now. Down low to DeWitt. DeWitt has to do it. Drives baseline. Bounce over to Yanoski. Yanoski pops a mid-range jumper. Misses it. Rebounded by Sarah D. She bounces over to Corey People, and we're heading the other way. Dragons are up 13. Corey People backs out. Chloe Puffenberger will come back into the game for the Catamounts. Corey People thinks about a three. She pump fakes, drives, hits a mid-range jumper just inside the lane floating. Full timeout called by Coach Kruk. 61-46 is the score. 2:13 left in the fourth quarter. We'll step away. right, back here in Columbia, it will be the Catamounts ball. Again, 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. The Dragons are up 15 points, largest lead of the day. Alexis Turner gets the inbound. She brings it up the court and knocked away by Lillian Eldridge. I got attacked by a basketball. So it'll be Catamounts ball. Good job by Lillian Eldridge. Yanoski's going to inbound the ball, gets it to Turner. DeWitt. O'Neal. In the lane cutting was Turner. She misses the shot. Rebounded by Johnson. And now Corey People heading the other way. Now Johnson over to Deese. Inside to Young. Young misses it, and it goes out of bounds off of India Young, so it will be the Catamounts ball. Score remains the same, 61-46. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. All right, now DeWitt gets it to O'Neal, back to Turner. Puffenberger inside to DeWitt. Excellent ball movement by the Catamounts. Looking for some help, though. Gets it to Puffenberger. Now Turner inside to DeWitt. DeWitt out to Yanoski. Yanoski's going to drive, stop, pops a mid-range jumper, misses it. O'Neal gets the rebound, misses that. Yanoski gets the rebound, misses that, but she is fouled. So she would go to the line for 2. That's on Quatasia Johnson. So it will be 2 free throws coming Yanoski's way. Tasia Goodman comes in for Corey People. Corey People more than likely out of this game. 13.6 assists, 5 rebounds. Alexis Turner now. Under a minute. O'Neal. Turner. Turner gets it smacked away from Sarah Deese. India Young ends up with it. Tasia Goodman now 3-on-1. Gets the pass to Johnson. Johnson misses. Rebounded by O'Neal. She gets it to DeWitt, and we're heading the other way. Big win tonight for the Dragons. They remain a only 1-loss team in Region 20. They'll move to 10-1 in Region 20, 7-1 at home, and 13-8 on the season. They have 1 remaining home game. It will be next Wednesday, 5 p.m. They host the College of Southern Maryland. DeWitt misses the first free throw. So make sure you tune in for that. They will want all the support to make it so they only lose 1 game at home so far this season. Excellent showing. This is a tough Catamount team, and the Dragons able to make it a double-digit victory. So Goodman gets the inbound after the second free throw is made by DeWitt. Now Johnson inside to Eldridge. Eldridge over to Deese. Deese all the way across, almost gets stolen away, but Tasia Goodman ends up with it, and she misses the shot. It's rebounded by DeWitt, 12 seconds left. That'll be it, 9, 7, Turner gets it back to O'Neal. O'Neal has to fire off a 3 at the buzzer, and that is it. Your game is over, 64-49. Dragons win by double digits. We will be back with the interview with Coach Barnes. right, Matt Trudell back here with Coach Barnes. Coach, defense was the name of the game today. You forced 25 turnovers. What were your thoughts?
I was pleased with the defense. I thought we slept walk a little bit through the first half. We started to pick it up towards the end of the third and into the fourth quarter. But I thought we played better, much better second half than the first half.
So you, big Region 20 matchup against the Catamounts. You pick up a game on them for the third seed. How important is that? You only have a few more games left. A Region 20 tournament's coming up. What are your thoughts?
We talked about that today. We're in a position where we pretty much control our own destiny. If we're able to win out, I think that would be great for us, and hopefully we can finish in the top 3, top 4 seed. But we have to come out ready to play and focus every night. I thought tonight was a little bit of an off night. I know we're tired. We've been playing games every other day and things like that. So hopefully tomorrow on our off day, they can get some ice baths, get off their feet, and be ready to go for Saturday.
Well, congratulations on the win, and I will talk to you next Wednesday.
Thank you. See you then.
All right, final score, Dragons 64, Catamounts 49. Dragons improved to 13-8 on the season, 7-1 at home, and 10-1 in Region 20, and solidified their third seed for the time being. I will be back with you guys next Wednesday when they face the College of Southern Maryland. We have the men's game starting at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune in for that. Thank you very much. Bye.